So here's a question for you. Do you feel like you're really keeping pace with all the changes in AI? Or, does it sometimes feel like this massive wave is just about to crash right over you? Today, we're plunging right into the latest from Google AI in 2025. It's a world where adapting to these new tools isn't just an option anymore. It's becoming essential. We've gone through quite a stack of your sources, blog posts, YouTube transcripts, the lot to really uncover the most important shifts, the things you need to know.
Yeah, and that's what we're aiming to do today, sort of navigate this landscape for you. We'll kick things off by exploring how AI is fundamentally changing your daily digital life.
Yeah.
Making common tasks simpler, sure, but also remarkably faster. Then we'll shift gears a bit. We'll look at how these same advancements are empowering developers, letting them build and innovate at a speed that's, well, pretty much unprecedented. It's about understanding not just what the tools do, but really why they matter to you.
Okay, let's start there then, with how Google is weaving AI into, the fabric of everyday experience. The idea is making it easier to stay informed, be creative, and just get more done, right? So first up, Gemini and Google Workspace. Let's unpack that. We're talking AI help, banked right into tools most of us use like every single day.
Exactly. And what's really striking here is how Gemini is evolving. It's becoming this proactive, agentic assistant.
Agentic. Okay, what does that mean in practice? Like it does stuff on its own.
Pretty much. It means it's not just sitting there waiting for you to tell it exactly what to do. It's intelligently anticipating what you might need. It can even initiate complex actions, multi-step things by itself. Imagine getting smart drafting help right in Gmail, or instantly summarizing those super long email threads with just a click.
Okay, that summary feature alone sounds useful.
It really is.
Wow.
Or refining your writing in Google Docs until it's, perfectly polished. Yeah. It's designed to automate several tasks at once to really help you conquer that inbox and streamline how you create documents, basically freeing you up from a lot of the grunt work.
And it's not just about words, right? Is it helping with other things too, like numbers or data?
Oh, absolutely. The power extends right into data. You can now quickly whip up complex charts, insightful graphs, nicely formatted tables, or even analyze pretty large data sets directly inside Google Sheets.
Directly in Sheets, without exporting or using another tool.
Exactly. And it's not just basic stuff. It's designed to save you hours, potentially, of manual data work, allowing you to get to the insights much, much faster than before. It really compresses that time from raw data to, actual understanding.
Wow. Okay, collapsing hours into moments.
Oh, yeah. So Gemini is moving from just a smart helper to more like a proactive partner in your digital work. Now, here's something that sounds really interesting, especially for anyone drowning in information. Notebook LM. You described it as less of a notebook, more like an ultimate tool for understanding.
That's a good way to put it. Think of it as your personal knowledge foundry. It's engineered to analyze all sorts of multimedia documents, PDFs, text files, even YouTube transcripts or meeting notes.
Multimedia, so not just text.
Right. And then it offers responses that are contextual and relevant. It goes way beyond just summarizing. For example, we saw this really compelling use case for validating an app idea. It researched real user problems by analyzing like Reddit forums, TikTok comments.
Or places like Reddit. Yeah, and industry reports in PDF format, pulling from specific domains. It's like having a dedicated research team working just for you, distilling tons of info, and crucially, finding those hidden connections between ideas. And what's more, it actually pushes you towards critical thinking. It encourages you to engage with your sources.
How does it do that? How does it encourage critical thinking?
Well, you can ask follow-up questions about specific parts or compare info across different documents you've loaded. You can even challenge its own summaries, asking it to, back things up from the source. It prompts you to check facts, explore contradictions. It pushes you deeper than just surface-level reading. It's about building a real mental model.
Okay, that active engagement sounds like a big deal, shifting from just consuming info to mastering it. All right, from productivity and knowledge, let's pivot. Let's talk creativity. Generating entire videos with sound and narrative. Just by typing a sentence. That's Google's VO3, and it sounds almost like science fiction.
It feels like it sometimes. VO3 is Google's state-of-the-art text-to-video model. And it creates these remarkably realistic clips. We're talking lifelike images, expressive voices, fluid movement, the whole package. And its experimental integration into YouTube Shorts is really significant.
Why Shorts specifically?
Well, think about the scale. Shorts already gets hundreds of billions of daily views globally. So this means creators can now prototype scenes, visualize ideas, maybe even generate final clips for short-form video in seconds.
In seconds, without needing like a whole production setup.
Exactly. No expensive gear, no crew needed for that initial stage. It's a powerful way to accelerate content creation. It sort of democratizes cinematic prototyping, removes a lot of the old barriers.
That's a huge game changer for indie creators, for big studios wanting to iterate fast. Wow. It turns a complex process into something almost instant. And beyond these big headline features, there are other AI bits slipping into our tech too, right? More subtle things.
Definitely. We're seeing powerful new features like Ask Photos. You can search your own photo library in ways that just weren't possible before. Uncover memories, find insights.
Like asking, show me photos from beach trips last summer.
Yes, or even more complex things about objects or people across years. And then there's Ask Maps for getting personalized trip ideas or curated itineraries generated just for you.
Okay.
These, along with, AI-powered browsing in Chrome or being able to ask Gemini about what's on your screen on your phone, whether it's Android or iOS, it all points to this really pervasive integration. It's making everyday digital interactions smarter, more intuitive, more personalized. It's less about opening a specific AI app now and more about AI just being there, helping in the background within the Google ecosystem.
Right. It's becoming ambient almost. So what does this all really mean for you? Listening right now, this quiet but pretty deep integration of AI. It means that wave we talked about isn't just coming, it's kind of becoming the water we're swimming in. So our call to action for this part is simple, but we think it's powerful. Go into Gmail today, activate Gemini if you haven't, and try Notebook LM. Just for 15 minutes, grab a PDF you like or one you need to understand better, and just take it for a spin. Experience it for yourself. It's the easiest way to, catch that first ripple of the wave. Okay, let's totally shift gears now. We've looked at AI for your personal digital life. Now let's dive into the tools that are revolutionizing how software actually gets built. Google's making some really big moves in AI-assisted development, empowering creators in new ways. Let's start with Firebase Studio. It's described as a new cloud-based agentic development environment. So that word again, agentic. This isn't just about building apps faster, is it? It's about prototyping with AI.
Precisely. And the real innovation is how Firebase Studio, which is powered by Gemini 2.5, can create a full-stack blueprint for an application.
Full stack blueprint. What does that entail exactly?
It means it designs both the front end, the user interface, what you see and interact with, and the back end systems too. The database, the logic, all the stuff under the hood. And it does this quickly, efficiently, right from your web browser. We saw this example where a detailed prompt, which actually came from Notebook LM initially.
Connecting the tools.
Exactly. That prompt was fed into Firebase Studio, and it prototyped a whole habit tracker app. It didn't just outline the UI, colors, fonts, icons, animations. It generated the actual programming files in seconds.
Seconds for a whole app structure.
For the initial prototype, yes. It compresses what could be weeks, maybe even months of initial setup work into, well, almost nothing. You get a functional starting point incredibly fast.
That is stunning. But does that speed risk making everything look the same? Or maybe it skips over important architectural decisions?
That's a fair point. Firebase Studio's focus is rapid prototyping, getting ideas off the ground quickly. Human developers are still absolutely essential for refining the unique parts, for doing those deep architectural reviews. Think of it as getting you to that functional base camp almost instantly. So developers can focus their energy on the harder climbs, the unique design challenges, the complex problem solving, not just writing boilerplate code. It's really strong augmentation, not replacement, especially for creativity and critical thinking and development.
Fascinating. Augmentation, not replacement. Okay. Next up, Jules. This one sounds different. Not a co-pilot suggesting things, but an autonomous coding agent, now in public beta. That feels like a significant step. What's the real difference there between autonomous and a good co-pilot? Is it truly independent?
That's the key distinction, yes. A co-pilot helps you as you type line by line. Jules acts more like an independent member of your team. It actually clones your entire code base into a secure cloud VM that's a virtual machine, like a safe sandbox environment.
Okay.
It understands the full context of your project, and then it can perform tasks like writing software tests, fixing bugs, even building out new features, all asynchronously, meaning while you're doing other things.
While you sleep, potentially.
Potentially, yes. It integrates directly with GitHub, making pull requests. That's the standard way developers propose changes. It can even give you audio change logs explaining what it did. It's incredibly powerful. There was this one anecdote where it added a whole new feature UI, back-end logic, everything based on just 4 paragraphs of instructions. Saved hours of work.
4 paragraphs for a new feature. Wow.
And this is important, it, it still needs experienced human oversight, review, guidance. Think of it maybe like a very capable, very fast junior developer. They can do a lot, but they need a senior dev, a mentor, to check the work, prevent mistakes, and ensure it aligns with the project's goals.
Gotcha. So still needs that human expertise layer. Profound augmentation again. Okay, moving beyond these really powerful individual tools, what about managing all this AI development at a bigger scale? For large organizations, that's where platforms like Vertex AI fit in, right?
Exactly. Connecting this to the enterprise picture, Vertex AI is Google's managed platform. It's specifically designed to streamline the whole machine learning lifecycle, everything from prepping data, training models, deploying them, and then monitoring them continuously. It offers sophisticated tools like Agent Builder, Live API, really simplifying how you build and manage generative AI models at scale. And it integrates the latest Gemini models 1.5 Pro, the super fast Flash models. It lets organizations manage the entire lifecycle of their AI solutions with, enterprise-level control and security.
So once a company is using Vertex AI and they have access to these different Gemini models, how do they pick the right one? Balancing, how powerful it is versus how much it costs.
Yeah, that's a critical calculation. And the Gemini API is designed for that flexibility. Different models, like Gemini Pro and the faster Gemini Flash, offer different capabilities but also different pricing. And the pricing structures are quite deliberately set up to compete directly with other major players in the market. For instance, Gemini Pro has this very transparent price per character for input and output that directly matches OpenAI's GPT 3.5 Turbo.
Okay, direct competition on price and features.
Right. It lets developers choose very specifically based on their needs. Do they need maximum depth and power, or is speed and cost efficiency more critical for this particular application? It makes integrating AI more accessible, and frankly, it drives competition, which is good for everyone.
That competition definitely helps push things forward. And finally, for developers deep in data, working with huge data sets, how is AI getting baked into the big data analytics platforms they already use?
Good question. These advancements are definitely reaching into Google's core data services too. Firebase, for example, offers extensions that automate common tasks. One really useful one is Stream to BigQuery. It lets you pipe data seamlessly into your data warehouse in real time.
Okay, simplifying data pipelines.
Exactly. And beyond Firebase, Google's enhancing services like BigQuery itself and AlloyDB, that's their managed PostgreSQL database.
Sure.
They're adding extensions that let you run SQL queries which directly leverage AI models. So developers can embed AI right into their existing data workflows for smarter analysis, better data management, even generating predictive insights, all within the tools they already know.
So AI directly inside your SQL queries, that's powerful.
It really is. It means data scientists, engineers. They can ask much more complex questions of their data and get answers faster.
Okay, this is really just scratching the surface, isn't it? But the message for developers seems loud and clear. The tools are here now to accelerate basically everything. So our call to action for this section is immediate, very hands-on. Clone the starter repository for Vertex Agent Builder. You can find it easily. And try deploying your first local endpoint. You can probably do it in under 5 minutes. Just start experimenting with these tools today. See for yourself how fast you can build something.
Right. We have covered a lot of ground today, from AI helping draft your emails or summarizing reports with Gemini and Workspace, to totally revolutionizing app development with Firebase Studio's rapid prototyping and these autonomous coding agents like Jules.
Yeah, whether you're an everyday user using tools like NotebookLM for understanding or VO3 for creativity, or you're a developer integrating Gemini APIs, building on Vertex AI, the speed of innovation is just undeniable. And knowledge is always most valuable when it's not just known, but understood and applied. These tools across the board seem designed to help with exactly that. The wave is definitely here. So it brings us right back to where we started, back to that initial question. And maybe it's a provocative thought to leave you with to mull over. With Google AI advancing so rapidly in 2025, are you going to proactively learn to surf this incredible wave of innovation, ride it to new levels of productivity, creativity? Or are you going to stand still and just let it sweep you away? That's it for this deep dive. If you found this useful, if it sparked some ideas, please do take a moment to rate and share our deep dive with others. Anyone who might benefit from these insights, your support genuinely helps us bring you more of these conversations.